Hey guys, welcome to Woohoo Wednesday, where we give you tools and tips from 20 years of innovation experience helping big brands and small brands create big ideas. So this week we want to talk about lateral thinking. Over the last couple of weeks we've talked to you about consumer and qualitative immersion for the purposes of identifying those opportunity areas for innovation. And we also mentioned that we would get into lateral thinking. Now, for those of you who know Bamboo well, you know that that's something that we have a lot of passion for. We weave it into everything that we do, and that's what helps us take brands somewhere new. Because if you're doing the same research as your competitors, and then you expect to go somewhere new, but you don't smash it together with something creative or some stimulus that you can get from outside, they're probably going to land in a very similar place as you. So you want to go somewhere new by going sideways to leap forward. So I'm going to give you a few different ways that you can do that. So just think about your category or your product, and then think about how you could get inspiration from outside of your space, smash it together with what you know, and then go somewhere new. So first off, you could go to your attributes, your core attributes. So let's give you an example. So how might a candy company learn from someone who has similar attributes and who is tackling it from different directions? So what are the attributes of candy? So let's talk about like hard candy or soft candy. It's twisted, it's colorful, it could break easily. You have to pull it. So that made me think of glass blowers. So what could we learn from a glass blower about texture, about color, about the process, about durability, about softness, all of these things, about the benefits that we think about glass that we could then attribute to candy. So how can you use that for inspiration? Okay, next. How can we talk to the same target? So how might we look at the same target with a product that they're really, really passionate about, and then take those experience touch points and then lift those to inspire us for something new? So let's think about craft beer, for example. So craft beer kits, DIY beer kits, who's that target? It's someone who might like to tinker at home. They like to play with their recipe. They sometimes blow things up. And for those of you who have made craft beer at home, you know what I'm talking about. It can be a little bit dangerous. It is exciting. You have to wait for quite a while to see what happens. So who has similar attributes? Well, for those of you who know a really cool product called the Big Green Egg, has a lot of similar attributes. So the Big Green Egg is this kind of unusual green metal thing. It looks like an egg, and for people who are obsessed with the Big Green Egg, and I'm thinking of one in particular who's a friend of mine, he has several Big Green Eggs because he's obsessed with how it cooks. Now he's also a brisket maker, and he will wait for hours after he's marinated this, and then he will go through the toil and stress of making sure that this brisket is perfect after it comes out of this Big Green Egg. And he is an evangelist for the Big Green Egg. Now, how did he get so excited about this Big Green Egg? You could study that. You could look at what they're talking about in their marketing materials. You could talk to a salesperson for the Big Green Egg. You could look at the technology. You could look at how they teach people how to use it. How do people champion this product? And how might you be able to take those attributes, those strategies, and lift them up and apply them to a DIY, brew your own beer kit at home? So how can that transfer? Okay, so that's another one. So you're thinking about the target and that experience you're creating for that target. And then finally, think about someone who has created a similar brand experience that you want to create, and where can you lift inspiration or strategies from it? So in this case, I was thinking about, let's say you're a well-known national print shop, and we all know that we go in to get these printouts and we hope it turns out, we hope they got it right, we hope it looks good. You have artists that go there, you have small business people who go there, you have people in corporate, but what's at the core? It's about making sure that you have your personal creative expression looking good, and that the people that are helping you print it understand the importance of that, and they have passion for making sure that you look good. So how might you learn from someone totally outside of your space? Well, we started to think about this, and so what kind of learning could we get from an organization like Lululemon? Lululemon, for those of you who know, is a yoga clothing store that is largely staffed by yoga instructors. They have free yoga classes for their customers. Their instructors have created a sense of community. They're very involved in their local communities, and they've created this kind of underground root network, which is why we called our company Bamboo, by the way, that they support their customers with a whole lifestyle. So they've created an experience. How might you take the attributes of that experience, having staff who are really passionate experts, having free ways to engage in the space that then just naturally lends you to wanting to buy their product, being a part of the community in an authentic way that you are the experts in that space. If I could take those three things and lift those over to a print shop, I might try to recruit artists to be staff at my print shop. I might try to recruit startups or entrepreneurs who want to work on the side while they're starting their business, and it's really important for them to build their brand. I want them working at the print shop because they understand the importance of helping other people share their story and look professional. I might really engage with the community and figure out how can I create spaces like what WeWork is doing in office sharing, or how can I do cool things to get people in my space that feel a sense of connection to the brand and what we're trying to do. So these are really easy ways to get inspiration by just going one step, two step, three step sideways. So I hope that you can use this week to think about your brand, your category, think about the benefits that you have that other folks might be delivering, think about the target, think about the experience, think about the technology that might be transferable that you can look outside of your own space, but try to use these as inspiration to go somewhere new. Have fun.